Hi, it's Ferris J here. Today I want to look at the theme of trust. I've just done my Sunday tea tapping and the theme was trust and the heart and imagery, and I want a bit more space to go deeper because this is such a deep topic. So the first thing with trust is look at what are you not trusting? What are you not trusting in? That could be yourself. You might not trust yourself to do a good job, make the right decisions. And if it's that, it's worth looking back at why, it may be past memories of times when you didn't do well, you didn't make a good decision. For example, if you have a job interview coming up and you're not trusting you'll do well, was there a job interview in the past that you did really badly at? Or you maybe didn't get a lot of jobs and you're like, oh, is there something wrong with me? I'm not trusting I'm going to get these jobs. So that's a really useful place to look back at where you have kind of built up your own so-called evidence that you are not trustworthy or that things aren't going to work out for you. And I'll give you a really good tip here. A really nice way to balance where you feel you don't trust in yourself because you got things wrong is to use what I call, and I use this a lot with my clients, the evidence bank of actually, I did this really well, I did that really well, that thing went really well. To counteract that kind of negativity bias, well, this went wrong and this went wrong, but that went right and this went right. So that's a really nice way to work for yourself if it's your own self-trust that is lacking. It's a really nice way to do. It's almost like the what if tapping. What if it goes wrong? What if it goes right? You can even tap, well, this didn't go well, but this went really well. Yeah, but that went horribly wrong. Yeah, but this went really right. It's a nice, fun way to change your cognition around that, to change those beliefs by remembering there's something else. So that's the first one, if it's you that you are not trusting. If it's somebody else that you're not trusting, again, you're going to be looking for the evidence of that, or your mind is going to keep finding, oh yeah, well, they didn't come through for me this time or that time. You can do the same exercise and you can look for evidence of times they did, and it may be that, yeah, some people aren't trustworthy. Maybe they really didn't come through for you. And then it's more a case of discernment. So it's like, yeah, I don't have to trust in them if they have repeatedly let me down. It's okay not to trust in them, but don't let that spill out to everybody else that, yeah, I don't trust them, but I'm not sure about them either. Sometimes that can happen where you generalize that lack of trust in others. So that's something to really watch out for when you're tapping. Again, you can tap back through memories of what happened with that person, just so that feeling of they're not trustworthy, that feeling of, oh, I'm going to be put in an awkward situation, is released. When you tap, you're letting that charge go out of your system. And even if it doesn't change what happens with them, it can make your nervous system less overreactive in future, even if it's dealing with somebody else. So you're not going to go, oh, but they could do the same. If it's something bigger again, like you don't trust in God or the universe or the government, that's the topic. Again, look at what's the limiting belief behind that. It could be, right, going back to the past, that there were times where authority figures didn't come through for you, or they were hostile, or there were unexpected experiences that now can make you not trust in authority. Again, there can be those past memories, always worth tapping through. And you can tap on the limiting beliefs associated with that. You know, I don't trust God. You know, this happened. I don't trust the universe. I don't trust in society, whatever it is. That you can, even doing a little bit of what I call talk and tapping for yourself, where you're just talking through, but this happened and then that happened, and I don't know if I can trust them. Even just that little bit of tapping, if it's not your biggest worst issue ever, don't start with your biggest worst issue. Please work with a practitioner for those. But for some of the lighter issues, you can even do that tap and talk. You can even rant to get it out of your system while you are tapping. Well, I don't trust them and they didn't come through for me, and rah, 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 rah. At least it lets that energy move through. And you might find at the end of that there's less charge around it. It's not kind of pushing your buttons the same way it did before. And that's what you want, because then you're less likely to generalize it into everybody else, that more things become untrustworthy. And I think at the core of that, which takes a little deeper work to get into, is really finding that sense of safety within. Safe in your own skin, safe on the planet, safe in your job, in your relationships. And of course those things can change, so there isn't always absolute safety. But when you start to trust more, you realize that you're safe even with change, even if some things don't work out, even if some people aren't on your side with something, that it's okay that you get passed over for the job promotion. It's still okay, and there are always other opportunities, and you are always at an essential level safe. I think that is part of pure trust, that whatever happens right now, things are working out for me and things will work out for me. It's a lovely affirmation. I prefer to do the tapping around what gets in the way of that, rather than just repeating that affirmation. Because if you repeat it and you don't believe it, it's not going to go in as deep. And that's why I love the EFT tapping for that. So thank you so much for listening. I wanted to add that extra piece. I'm very passionate about trust. If you like this, you can give it a like, you can subscribe, and I'll leave some extra information for more resources down below. Bye for now.